Hey, what's going on? I'm back with another video. So for this topic today, I had I was watching a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook, regarding football, and something came to mind. A sentiment that I've been having for a really long time. And I just want to say, I don't know what black father, black uncle, black male cousin, black grandfather needs to hear this. But every black boy does not want to play sports. Every black boy don't want to play sports. I'm sorry, and I know that's going to disappoint a lot of y'all because all of y'all got the dream. Well, I'm not going to say all, but a great number of y'all have the dream that your son, your grandson, your nephew is going to play sports, be this great athlete, go to the league, make it professionally, and have a 20-year career making millions upon millions and millions of dollars. And that's not good. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not good. So first off, a lot of people really don't understand the difficulty in making it professionally in sports, specifically in football and basketball. I came across this chart, and if I find it, I'm gonna post it with this video. But I came across this chart, and it was basically giving you the odds of making it to the NFL. First, even getting drafted, and even before getting drafted, getting invited to the combine so that you can be given the prospect title, so that you can be drafted. And so right there at the very beginning, to get invited to the combine, the odds are very small. I think it was like 300 spots. How many college athletes, say you do make it to college, you do good or whatever, but do you know how many athletes had those aspirations and you only have 300 spots to invite people to the combine? Like, that's not a lot at all. And so the number of athletes that I have personally watched, even from my hometown, had these aspirations of making it professionally, only to come back home heartbroken, when they realize how truly difficult it is to get there and what it takes. And that's if you can that's if you can even stay healthy, because injuries is another reason why so many careers get cut short. There is no guarantee that you're going to be able to stay healthy. Careers get cut all the time, and I'm talking about promising careers, people that you just swear going to be around for 15 to 20 years. Man, they careers get cut short because they get hurt. Not to mention off the field temptation. Okay, say you a good athlete, you make it professionally, you making good money, all that, but you can't stay out the club. You got a gambling addiction, you know what I'm saying? You engaging in some activities that you know you shouldn't be, against your organization's policy or your team's policy. Having discipline off the field, I would argue, is even more important, or just as important as having discipline on the field or on the court or on the track. So you have off the field temptation too. Another thing that cuts careers short. So yeah, the number of athletes that I have personally watched go to college and try to make it professionally, only to come back home, beaten down. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's sad because, they're not really doing much with their lives. Like, they are just completely defeated. They don't see much for life anymore. They sit at home playing video games and smoking weed. Might have a little job just to get by, but they're not really aspiring to, they don't have a lot of ambition anymore. They just real defeated. And I think that's sad, man. And so, and another thing that I want to say is that we, as black men, black boys, black males, we are so much more than a football and a basketball. Like our minds, the way we think, everything that we have to contribute to the world and society is like, have y'all forgotten that we're inventors? Do you know how many black men and black women invented things that we use every single day? But specifically black men, because that's what that's what the video is geared toward. Do you know how many inventors we have? But you steady trying to push your son, your grandson, nephew, male cousin to go make it professionally. And I know why you do that, because subconsciously you really believe that that's all we're good for. That's what it really is. You internally and subconsciously you believe that that's all we're good for. That's why you push so hard for it. And this is why when a black boy that you'll approach asking if he plays sports and he tells you that he does something completely different, you'll give him a little half-hearted, oh, that's good, you know? Knowing you ain't really excited for him, and you're not nearly as excited as you would be had he told you that he plays sports. Because if he told you that he plays sports, you want his schedule, you want to come to his game, show him all this tremendous support that you're not going to show him now that you know that he does something different. So it's just funny, man, because I see what y'all really believe based on how you treat black boys who do play sports versus how you treat those who don't. And it's crazy to me. And so, and I want to be clear, I'm not against sports. So please don't think that, don't take that, don't hear what I didn't say. I'm not against sports. Okay, if I was a father, I would encourage my boys to play sports, because just for the simple fact that I think that there are a lot of important life lessons to be learned in sports. And sports are the opportunity to really improve your interpersonal skills, your social skills. So yes, for those reasons, I would encourage my sons to play sports. But that don't mean that it have to be football. That don't mean it have to be basketball. In fact, I will actively steer my sons away from those two sports in particular. I will. I'll tell my sons, go do something like swimming. You know, go do wrestling. Go do water polo. You know, go do something that you don't see us in a lot. Go play tennis. That's what I would do. Or baseball. You know, something that you just really don't hear about too many black men being in. But it's still challenging. You still get the same life lessons. The rigor is there. So, yeah, that would be my personal approach as a father. I would actively steer my sons away from playing football or basketball, because you're more than that. And you come from me, so I definitely know you're more than that. And the second thing is, I would not allow them to place all their eggs in that basket. I wouldn't. I'm like, yes, you can play sports, but you will have a plan outside of sports that you are actively pursuing and being productive in. So, okay, you can play sports, but what do you want to do outside of sports? Whether that be a doctor, a physician, an attorney, a biochemist, an astrophysicist. You need to have something that you are actively pursuing outside of sports. And as long as you under my roof, hey, you better keep them grades up. You better be academically productive, because the minute you start slipping, I'm pulling your ass out of sports. Sports is a privilege, not a right. So them grades start slipping, your attendance in those sports gonna start slipping too. And I mean that. I don't care how good you are at it. I don't care how much your coaches want you there. If them grades start slipping, and we can try again next season. When you learn to prioritize your grades and your academics. But yeah, I don't get why we do that as black men, and I would encourage more black men to step forward and stop relegating your sons or your nephews, your grandsons to sports. And I know that's the label, that's the box that dominant society, and particularly YT people, want to put us in. But we're so much more than that. We're so much more than that. And we need to act like it. We need to show it. So yeah, that's the first thing that I want to touch on. Much more than sports. Always have been, always will be. Thank you. I'll be back with more. I got some more on my mind. So thank you.